Hey guys, welcome to 442, the most offensive between the defensive schemes. It's not a secret that to play football, a player has to be physically well, mentally well, psychologically well. But what if he discovers a problem or a disturb and needs to fight against that to keep living the dream of becoming a football player? Today, we will be talking about 10 players who have or had medical conditions and got used to it still playing, although suffering. In the 10th position, Kaka. The former Brazilian player was one of the greatest midfielders in the 2000s. He was the last Brazilian to win the Ballon d'Or in 2007 and won many titles along his career.
I'm coming for the throne.
But what many people may not remember is that in the first part of his career, he had myopia. Having it discovered since he was a child, he used to wear contact lenses until 2007 when he decided to have surgery and get it corrected. The fact is that half of the year that he won the Ballon d'Or, he played wearing those lenses, even winning Champions League by those conditions. Out of the pitch, it was normal to see him wearing glasses. For the ones who have myopia, is it easy to play with that? In the 9th position, Lionel Messi. Messi is a world-class player, for many, the greatest of all time. As such a successful and revered player, it is always impressive to remember everything he's been through. At the age of 11, an already soccer man, Messi was diagnosed with GHG, the growth hormone deficiency. He was started on treatment and spent the following 3 years injecting hormones into his legs until he left Argentina and moved on to Barcelona, where his team paid for the rest of the treatment. After all, Messi reached the height of 1.69 m, thing that surely wouldn't be possible without the treatment, and became one of the most known and respected football players ever, and the greatest player Barcelona has ever had. Do you think he's the greatest of all time? Leave in the comments below! In the 8th position, Lucas Silva. Lucas Silva was one among the many Brazilian players in the last decade who had total conditions to be a world-class player, but didn't manage to it. After 2 great seasons on Cruzeiro, he signed a contract with Real Madrid. After a loan to Olympique de Marseille, he was going on to a new loan, now to Sporting, but after failing some tests, he was diagnosed with some heart problems. After treatment, he was never the player who he was expected to be, and now, on Grêmio, still doing regular tests and checkups, he usually starts the matches on the bench, receiving some opportunities once and another. In the 7th position, Darren Fletcher. The Scottish midfielder is maybe one of the most underrated players in the last years of Manchester United. Fletcher played in the youth team from 1995 to 2003 and then debuted on the main team. But he suffered many injuries along the years and also had to fight for a place in the team. Alex Ferguson used to prefer a midfield composed by Paul Scholes, Michael Carrick, Ryan Giggs, and, Cristiano Ronaldo. Difficult, isn't it? He received opportunities here and there until November of 2011 when he told everyone that he was suffering from ulcerative colitis. This disease brings a lot of blood loss and about 20 or 30 runs into the toilet for a day. After surgery, he was able to play a little more matches with the Red Devils before playing on West Bromwich Albion and Stoke City. He never ended his career officially, but probably will never see Fletcher in a professional match again, according to him. In the 6th position, Washington. The Brazilian forward, who scored more than 400 goals in his career, was known by his knowledge and intelligence inside the area, but also by his problems and his overcoming on that. In 1996, after an ankle injury, he lost 22 pounds and found out to be diabetic. Years later, in 2002, when he was on Fenerbahce, the situation became worse. Although feeling his chest kinda burning, he was still playing and training until some exams that diagnosed heart problems. After 2 surgeries, 3 stents put and medical follow-up, he went back to Brazil, broke records of the national competition, and on Fluminense reached the 2nd position of Libertadores and scored one of the most unexpected goals of the competition against São Paulo. Because of his problem and his huge comeback, he earned the nickname of Braveheart. In the 5th position, Edgar Davids, who has never put glasses on a player in the video games. If you have already tried it, then you probably know Edgar Davids. The historical Dutch player used to wear glasses of many colors on his matches. but unfortunately, it wasn't something meant to be stylish or fashioned. He discovered a rare type of glaucoma while beginning his career. Glaucoma is a type of problem that elevates the pressure inside the eyes and dificults the vision. Davids had to choose between wearing the glasses and ending his short career. Obviously, he chose to wear glasses. In spite of all of that, he never avoided to leave everything inside the pitch and give his all for the team. In the 4th position, Tim Howard. You may know Howard by his classic green t-shirts or by his record of saves in a World Cup match reached in 2014 against Belgium. But what many people don't know is the fact that he has the two-head syndrome, and many people don't even know what this is. This is a common neurodevelopmental disorder which is characterized by multiple movement tics and at least one vocal tic. Common tics are blinking, coughing, throat clearing, sniffing, and facial movements. Howard's tics, plus as I said, like he said in his own biography, are things like touching the post or the ground when the play isn't involving him. But when the ball came closer, his tics receded, and this shows how important are sports to people with disturbance or disease. In the 3rd position, Nacho Fernandez. The Real Madrid defender is known by his grit on the matches, but the grit is also out of the pitch. Nacho arrived at the Spanish team at the age of 11 and discovered a medical condition 1 year later. He was, and still is, diabetic. At first urgency, he was told to stop playing football, but his endocrinologist said that he could play, taking care of his health. Nowadays, Nacho usually makes his presence known in reunions and speeches about how to stop diabetes. Overcoming it all, Nacho was able to play in the last World Cup, even scoring a huge goal against Portugal, and has been defending and helping Real Madrid for 10 incredible seasons, having completed these 10 seasons days ago. In the 2nd position, David Beckham. The English star kept a secret for a very long time, but when your life becomes public, everything you do becomes public as well. In 2009, weeks after being caught with an inhaler, Beckham assumed to be asthmatic and said that he never tried to hide this fact, but also never needed to say because the asthma never disturbed him inside the pitch. It was also revealed that he had that medical condition since he was a child. Days after Beckham was photographed with the inhaler, an English tabloid suggested that the athlete was addicted to common cigars and often fled to the garden of his Los Angeles mansion to be able to smoke. The English star denied the habit but admitted to having already taken a few puffs. Surely one of the most surprising facts in the list. And in the 1st position, Paul Scholes, one of the most decorated players in Manchester United history. One of the greatest defensive midfielders of all time.
Steps past Toure, but not past Zambrana. Given straight to Paul Scholes!
A world-class box-to-boxer. There are many ways to describe Paul, but no one can deny his great vision of the game. The most incredible of it all, he had an eye problem. Back to 2006, in the middle of a match against Birmingham, his eyes started to become blurred. He saw 3-4 balls instead of 1, according to him. After going for exams when the match was over, the specialist diagnosed a blocked vein that was causing bleeding behind his right eye, and Scholes was ordered to take a complete rest from physical activity for 6 months. After his comeback, he still needed regular checkups, but refreshed, he played as well as he ever has done, although this medical condition could have ended his career. Well guys, that's all for today. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you have any suggestion for our videos, and also if you wanna bring your opinion about this list, leave it all in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you next time!